Hello, today's session will introduce the My Course Plan feature of Career Cruising. At the end of this session, you will have been introduced to the My Course Plan page and the general steps necessary to create next year's schedule. All students should take this seriously, as the courses you select here are the ones you will actually see on your schedule in the fall. Today's discussion will include the importance of such things as prerequisites required to take a certain course, graduation requirements, and more. So let's begin. Of course, you will need to log into Career Cruising to get started. From your home page, click on the My Plan link found just underneath your name in the top left corner of the screen. On the My Plan page, select the My Course Plan link found on the left-hand side of the page. You are now on the My Course Plan page, the location of your course entries that will determine your schedule for next year. As a current sophomore, you will be making entries for your junior year, or in other words, in the 11th grade column. You will notice different colored boxes. The tan boxes reflect course areas that are graduation requirements. The white boxes reflect elective courses, and you will also see gray boxes, which are provided for entry of courses that you would not mind taking if your other courses are full or otherwise not available. If you previously entered course selections in the 11th grade column, remove this information in each box by clicking on it, followed by selecting the Delete button. Now let's look at the graduation tracking blue box found in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. You will see that for this sample student, the credits already completed are shown. In this case, it's 10.5. This particular student is also interested in entering college in the fall, so college entrance requirements will also be considered. This is an important box, and you will want to go back to it several times as you're completing your electives list in particular. Next to the course areas, you will see check marks if the graduation requirement has been met. You will also see the number of credits required by the time you get to the end of the senior year. To the right of the course areas column, you will find earned, planned, and remaining columns that reflect your progress. Just below the graduation tracking box, you will find the cluster possibilities box. You can use this box or this area to locate the two career cluster areas that were recommended for you upon completion of Matchmaker earlier in your session with Career Cruising. But you may also select additional career clusters that interest you from the list found in that box. Now let's return to the 11th grade course entry column and attempt some course entries. You will notice that the first entry in the column is English. Click on the English box. You will notice that you may fulfill this requirement by selecting one of several offerings in the English category. For our example today, we will select American Literature and Writing. If you happen to notice a red box, a red dot, at any time you enter these entries, please wait for your counselor and they will assist you. If you are unsure of the course you should take in the English category, please speak with your English teacher. I can tell your confidence is rising. So let's move on to math. Click on the Math box. You will notice a significant number of options available to fulfill your math credit. Since the student in our example is currently taking geometry, we will select algebra trigonometry in the math box. As with English, if you are unsure of the math you should be taking, please ask your math teacher for guidance. The next box in the column asks for course entry in social studies. Click on the social studies box and select from the list. In our example, we will click on U.S. History. At this time, it is important to note that admission to selective universities can require taking courses with more rigor. If curious or otherwise interested in taking Advanced Placement U.S. History, please speak with your teacher and/or counselor. Now it's time to make entries in the elective column. Again, we assume the student will be attending university in the fall, but may also want to make sure that their high school graduation credits are met. Click on the white Learn More box as shown. Again, in the left-hand column, you'll notice now that there's a check mark in math, meaning that particular requirement would be met upon completion of the math we have entered. For university students, typically classes like world language and science would also be required. So as we go back to our elective box, we're going to want to emphasize taking those credits for university admission. First, let's click on the elective box. Again, clicking on Discipline to locate keyword. We will attempt to take chemistry as a science for the purposes we've explained. In this case, we click on chemistry and add courses. Next, we'll click on the elective box and look for world language. In this particular example, we will choose Spanish. Since 2 years of Spanish are required, in this case not necessarily Spanish but of a particular world language, we're going to choose Spanish, but we will need to enter Spanish 3-4 in our senior year to meet the university requirement. Next, we'll click on the elective box again, noting that the student needed art as well to graduate. In the past Learn More box, we'll select ceramics for the elective course. Again, add courses to do that. Now, looking back at this student's status, we also see that they're 0.5 short of a full 6-credit year-long schedule, as noted by the cursor. So in this case, because the student required an additional PE, we will attempt to add volleyball to round out the student's schedule for next year. At this point, you'll notice at the bottom that the credits equal 6. All you have left is alternate courses to take care of. Click on the gray alternate box several times to enter at least 2 to 3 additional elective courses that you wouldn't mind taking if your primary choices are unavailable or full. Alternates are important to our counselors. They need to know your alternates to resolve conflicts that may come up. You have now successfully scheduled your classes in the course plan area of Career Cruising. Do not click Submit at this time, however. Wait until your counselor has had a chance to review your class selections during their visit. Good luck and happy course scheduling.